Press enter to start. This title is pre-release software. Some platform features may not work correctly. Some game features may not work correctly and might crash. For any support queries, please visit https://support.gearsofwar.com.
What's up, everyone? This is Rattlehead with a new video. This time around, we're looking at Gears of War Reloaded. This is a game that is coming out on the Xbox in August. Actually, it's going to be for the Xbox, PlayStation 5, and PC. And I'm actually running the PC version right now. And one of the things you'll notice right away, if you're actually listening as well as watching the video, there's a text-to-speech feature on it, which was found also in Gears 5. Now, I will mention that I don't know much about Gears of War because this is one of the series that I wasn't following during its prime, and one of those games that I wasn't able to play for a lot of us who are blind and visually impaired or gamers since back then. But anyway, but I know that this is a remaster of a previous Gears of War game, so it's cool that they're bringing it to like modern consoles, as well as adding some features that would enable my blind players to be able to play this new title, especially in the multiplayer area. We don't know about that campaign, we don't know any of that yet, but as far as the multiplayer, there is some good examples. Actually, Victor Dima, who is also a consultant, made a video of the closed beta, so be sure to check it out, and I'll put it in the description so you guys can get another perspective. And but one of the reasons that I'm doing it on the PC version is because watching it on the PS5, it is very distracting having the audio ducking with the screen reader that the PS5 offers. So it kind of takes you away from the game, especially multiplayer. So because there's a cool new things that are happening as far as the screen reader with the multiplayer that we wish it was on Gears 5. So I do have some footage of us playing Gears 5 as well in my channel. So if you want to check those out too. But anyway, before we get to all of that, I want to do something real quick because I see this in some of my videos, even from videos from back then. Every now and then there's a comment that pops up and it's like, how do I turn that text-to-speech off? How do I turn this off? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what are you doing in this video if you're not interested in this kind of stuff anyway? So with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this right now, but I will talk about it in more detail for our benefit. But if you want to turn this off,
Gears of War services.
is you want to go into the
Main menu. Settings. Option 4 of 4.
settings, obviously.
Game. Display. Audio. Option 4 of 5.
You go to
Display
audio.
audio options. Audio. Sound effects volume. VoIP. Text to speech.
You go into
Option 6 of 11.
option 6 right here where it says text to speech,
When enabled,
and
text
if it's on, it's going to read everything like it's doing for me right now, which is something that I need. So if you don't need it and you accidentally turned it off, that's you did that, not the game, because the game gives you the option to turn it off or on. So you go here, but if you further want to make sure all that stuff is turned off, you go here as well.
Option 7 of 11.
You turn that off as well.
Right. Change option. Screen narration.
Screen narration, which is the same thing, what's doing right now.
Toggle screen reading narration.
You can turn that off as well, like right here.
Screen narration voice. Option 9 of 11.
So, but this is where if you have it on, you will adjust some settings here, but we're not gonna go into that until later because I wanted to get this out of the way. So if I still see a comment that asks how do I turn this off, then you clearly didn't watch the video and you're not paying attention. So be sure to check that out. But for us, if you're here because you're blind and visually impaired and are just curious about this game, its accessibility, then welcome and let's get into it. All right, let's do that. So without further ado, let's kind of look into the main menu. I did just press start to get into this. So we have right now we have 4 options because the game does tell you. So if you're new to a lot of this is one of the things I always tell people. If you're new to, like, especially learning a new game, now for a lot of us, we get impatient, right? Because we're used to like reading our screens, knowing what things are. We already know, so we don't have to hear every single detail in the message. But if you're new, I definitely recommend reading or listening to everything that the screen reader tells you so you can get familiar with it. And then once you do that, then you can start kind of navigating on your own pace. There's a reason why on the controller settings, I will show you something about it that will justify that. But anyway, here it said that we have 4 main menu options. We have Versus, War Journal, Extras, and Settings. Those are the 4 options right now because this is a beta. This is an open beta. And if you are on Game Pass, you're able to do it. But if you're also pre-order, you're able to try it out. So that's how we're playing this game right now. So then we're gonna go into the settings and talk about some of the just overall settings here. What do we have in this game?
Display. Game. Option 1 of 5. Display. Option 2 of 5.
So
Main
let's
menu.
go into the
Menu.
main menu
Right side.
because
Squad.
I was
Right
in the
side.
options
War
section
journal.
this whole time.
Option 2 of
Oops.
4. Versus. War journal. Versus. Option 1 of 4.
All right, so here we are in the main menu now. My bad.
Accept. Be quit game. Menu button friends.
Let's
Button
see.
tab.
All right, cool. So we
War journal.
have versus,
War journal.
war journal,
Option
like
2
I
of 4.
said,
Extras.
extras
Settings.
and settings. So
Option
you know,
4.
I was talking about it
Just game,
when I was in the
video,
wrong
audio,
menu.
control settings.
So
Accept.
that's a blind moment. Sorry.
Game. Menu
All right.
button friends. View
So in the
chat.
settings, right?
Settings. Game.
We
Option
were
1 of
here
5.
already. So we have
gameplay
game
options.
settings,
Game.
which is this
Stream
is
content.
basically
Option
like
11.
your overall experience.
Left and right. Change
I
up.
keep this on the
Editing.
extreme
Disable explicit
content.
graphic
I'm
visual
cool with
content.
that. I don't mind
Fading
that.
HUD. Option 2 of 11. Fading HUD. Option
So
2 of
this is
11.
more like some visual settings,
Left and right.
like the
Change
HUD.
option. Tooltip icons.
Yeah,
Option
this
3
is
of 11.
basically HUD options.
Camera shake. Option 4 of 11. Button tap challenges. Option 5 of
But
11.
here as well,
Tabs.
if you go down a little
Left and right.
further,
Change option. Alternate switch colors.
you're gonna start seeing
Colorblind preset.
a color
Option 7
blindness options, right? Which is
and
can be
right.
considered
Change
an accessibility
Set predefined
feature.
color blind preset or customize
So
reticle lock color.
you can customize the
Option
different
8
colors here to match
Option
your
11.
style to
Option
see
9
what
11.
looks better for you.
Team color.
So you can do
Fire
that
damage
here as
indicators.
well.
Option 11 of
So
11.
that's cool.
Settings. Display.
Here
Option
though,
2 of 5.
this is more like your
Display.
display,
Screen
like your
resolution.
resolution,
Option 1
your frame
12
rates,
17.
all of that stuff that
Left and right. Change
a lot of people are obsessed with. Like
Select the
this game has to
resolution
look at
watching
its
the game.
best or
CPU,
whatever,
left.
right? So
GPU, major.
you can
VRAM,
adjust all of that stuff here
frame
and
rate
see that
left.
for yourself.
Option
For
4.
me, it doesn't matter.
Settings. Graphics. Option 3 of 5.
This is more for
Just
like
graphics
your
options.
if you're on
Graphics.
PC. I don't know if this
Default
option
settings
would be on the console
Option
versions,
1
but this will be more sort of
Left and
like
right.
your
Change option.
performance
Select default
as well as
settings for video
the graphic settings, like how it looks like, how everything, the characters, the shadows,
Resolution
like the resolution, all of that stuff, right? You can adjust all of that stuff here too. So it's this
Left
is
and right. Change option.
these settings might look different
Select the level of quality of visual textures in the game. CPU,
from
minor.
yours
GPU, minor.
in
VRAM,
comparison
major.
to mine because PC everybody has different settings.
Option 3 of 5. Audio. Option 4 of 5.
This right here, where we were right
Adjust
now,
audio options.
where I first started
Audio.
this video,
Music volume.
is
Option
where
1
you
of
adjust the kind of like
Value
all of the
6.
different sounds.
Left and
Now,
right.
what I did
Change option.
notice here is that
Adjust
you
the
don't
volume
get
of
that
music.
many options for
Feedback.
your audio.
Text defaults. View button.
Like a lot of these options are tied up to a lot of things all at once. Like the music, obviously, it's its own thing.
Sound effects volume. Option 2
Sound
of
effects volume
Value.
basically it sounds to me like it just covers every aspect of the
volume of the
game.
sound
Like
effects.
you don't have specific toggles for like,
Text
let's say
defaults. View button chat.
weapon sounds or hit type sounds, you know, kind of like what Mortal Kombat does or Street Fighter does in the fighting game scene, where you can adjust every single audio piece that you have available, the ambience, the hit sounds, the opponents moving around, all that stuff. So I think this kind of adjusts like the whole thing. So that could be cool. And this is, I guess, nice or whatever. But I feel like nowadays, if they can give us all of the sound scheme options, that will be even better to customize it to your liking. Because keep in mind too that there are people who are blind but also may be hard of hearing, right? So maybe they need to adjust certain things that they want to like take out to avoid any distractions. So this is something to think about in the future.
Dialogue volume. Option
So
3 of
the
11.
dialogue.
Subtitles. Option
Then we
4
can
of
get
11.
into the subtitles.
VOI key. Option 5 of 11. Off. Left and right. Change option.
Okay, so I got this off right now.
Enable. Disable voice chat.
That's for voice chat. So I disable it right now because I don't want that right now.
Text to speech. Option 6.
And this right here, okay, so let's talk
Left and
about
right.
this in
Change
more
option.
detail for us, right? So text to
Enable.
speech,
Text chat will be read
if you
aloud.
enable this, basically
defaults.
any text that gets sent to you, it'll be read to you. So this is for like chats.
Speech to text.
And this is the opposite. This is where if you talk,
Left and
it's
right.
going to
Change option.
transcribe it into text format,
When enabled,
and
other
it
players' voices will be
is
transcribed and displayed as text.
there we go. The game says it
Feedback.
for you. Yeah,
Text defaults.
your voice will be
View button
transcribed
chat.
into text.
Screen narration. Option 8 of 11.
Screen narration,
On.
it's what the game
Left and
is
right.
literally
Change option.
doing right now.
Toggle screen reading narration.
This game recognized that I have
Text defaults.
accessibility
View
features
button
on my
chat.
computer, such as a screen reader, so he just enabled it, and basically now it's there.
Speech to text. Screen narration.
Screen narration, that's what it's doing now, right? And again,
right. Change
if
option.
you don't need this, this is where you can turn it
Toggle
off.
screen reading narration. Screen narration voice. Option 9.
This is where you can choose the
Microsoft
voices.
Mark.
So I
Change
like
option.
this one, but here's some other
Select the voice
voices.
to be used for screen.
Default.
Microsoft David.
Microsoft Zero.
Microsoft Mark.
Cool.
Screen narration volume.
And this
Option
is where you
11.
can adjust the volume.
Value, 8.
So
9. 10. Screen narration voice. Screen narration volume.
actually,
Option
maybe
10 of 11.
a little better
Value,
this
10.
way, actually, yeah.
Left and right,
So
change
I
option.
just cranked it up a little more, and you probably
Adjust
can
the
hear it
volume of
better.
screen narration, if enabled. Screen narration speed.
This is
Option
where you
11
can
of 11.
adjust the speed. I
Value,
have it to 100, but you can slow it down.
60, 50. Screen narration volume. Screen narration speed.
That's too slow for me, so I'm gonna put it
100.
at 100.
Screen narration volume. Screen narration speed. Option 11 of 11.
So
Value 100.
that's it.
Left and right. Audio.
Now,
Option 4
here's the cool thing
Controls.
about here. Controls.
5 of 5.
This is where you go to controls and set up
Keyboard
your
and mouse.
your options.
Option 1 of 2. Controller settings. Option 2 of 2.
Controller settings.
Controller settings. Invert Y-axis. Option 1 of
So
11.
right here is just kind of it says
right,
if you go
change
through
option.
these,
Invert X-axis. Look sensitivity. Option 3 of 11. Value 15. Target sensitivity.
this is we can
Option
adjust
4 of
kind of like how do you want your camera,
right,
like
change
how sensitive you want your
Adjust how
aiming to
quickly you
be.
look around when targeting with your weapon.
This is something you can kind of
Feedback.
figure out
X
the more you
defaults.
play.
Y view controller.
I'm gonna leave it at
View
defaults
button
right
check.
now, just for the sake of this video.
Zoom sensitivity. Option 5 of 11. Value 15.
They're all
Left and right,
they're all
change
set to
option.
15, so I mean, I guess
how
you can
quickly
kind of
you
play
look around
around and
with
see
your
what fits the
Feedback.
most.
Vibration. Option 6 of
I
11.
like vibration,
On.
so I keep that on.
Left and right. Change option. Control scheme. Option 7 of 11.
Control scheme,
Default.
it's
Left and right.
default.
Change option. Move and look. Option 8 of 11. Default. Left and right. Change option.
All of this stuff right here, it
Simple
says
left and right
default, so you don't know
Feedback.
that
X
default
defaults.
is. If you don't
Right
know the
control.
game
Button
layout,
chat.
like let's say you don't know what it is to do when you run, which is A, by the way, on the Xbox, you know, you don't know from here. It'll just say default. So this part assumes that you already know what the button layout is.
Handedness.
And it's funny because
Option
I haven't
right
played this
Default.
Gears of War in a while, so I
Left
have to
and
kind of
right. Change
refresh my mind. And the way I did it
Set whether
is
firing and reloading is right-handed or left-handed. Controller customization. Handedness. Omnidirectional evade. Controller customization. Option 11 of 11.
so what I did is I went here
Customize
to
the controller
customer
Omnidirectional
customer
evade. Controller customization.
custom
Option 11 of 11.
custom controls
Customize the
or
controller layout.
control
Controller
customization,
customization.
right? I
Option
click
11
on here, and what's cool
Controller
about it here
customization.
is that
Cover, run.
you can
Option 1 of 2. Okay.
you can't
Select
customize it
cover
here.
running. Accept. Be back. X defaults. Right trigger next tab.
So here's the tip. I saw an accessibility video that only kind of covered these two options here, but they kept skipping everything that was that the screen reader had to say, and it turns out you have way more options. So right now these are two options that you have here, and it has so if you want to learn your layout, it's all right here. So to run,
Crouch. Mark target. Cover. Run. Crouch. Mark target. Option 2 of 2. Press left stick. Cover. Run. Option 1 of 2. A.
you press
Select the
A.
button for taking cover and running.
Yeah, you press
Accept.
A, and
Back.
you pretty
X
much
defaults.
hold A when you
Right
run.
trigger next tab.
And then here
Crouch. Mark target. Option 2 of
to
2.
crouch and mark target,
Press left stick.
you press the left stick
Select
down.
the button for crouching while
right?
and marking a target while aiming. Accept. Be back.
But if you
X
notice,
defaults.
if I just scroll
trigger next
here,
tab.
I'm just stuck with these two options, right?
Cover. Run. Crouch. Mark target. Option 2 of 2.
But
Press
listen
left
to
stick.
what the screen reader says.
Select the button for crouching while in cover and marking a target while aiming. Accept. Be back. X defaults. Right trigger next tab.
Right trigger next tab. So if we go to the next tab,
Combat. Fire weapon. Option 1 of 9. Right trigger. Select the button for firing the currently equipped weapon.
so now I
Accept.
know that
Feedback.
the right trigger
defaults.
is
Right trigger
also
next tab.
my firing weapon button.
Aim weapon. Option 2 of 9.
Aim weapon
Left trigger.
should be left trigger, which
Select the
I
button
do
for aiming
remember
the
that.
currently equipped weapon.
But it tells you right here.
Feedback. X defaults. Right trigger next tab.
So it says right trigger next tab and left trigger if you want to go to the previous tab. So yeah, they did miss a lot of this stuff, but it's here. Like this is where you want to go if you don't need to remember your button layout.
Other. Pick up. Use objects. Option 1 of 3. X.
We use
Select the
X
button for
to
picking
pick
and
up,
using objects. Accept. Be back.
or
X defaults.
square if you're on
Right trigger next tab.
PlayStation.
Quick look. Option 2 of 3.
Quick look.
Y.
We press the Y
Select
or
the button for
triangle.
point of interest.
If
Accept.
that's what you're looking
Be
for.
back. X
So
defaults.
cool.
Right trigger
Okay.
next tab. Tag. Com. Option 3 of 3. Left bumper.
Left
Select the button
bumper
for
is the
viewing
tag.
Com interface.
Okay.
Accept.
So
Be back.
that's another
X
option.
defaults. Movement. Cover. Run. Option 1 of 2. Okay.
So now
Select
we're
the
back to the
button for
beginning.
running.
So this is where you want to learn kind of like your custom.
Feedback.
But again,
X defaults.
if you press any
Right
other
trigger next tab.
button here, it's going to register as that button. So if I press X on here by accident, or like if that's what I want to like run, for example, then it'll change it to that button here. But it'll actually read it to you. So this is where you go to customize your buttons.
Controller settings.
So cool.
Control scheme. Option 7 of
Not
11.
much to say really. I mean, this
Left
is
and
just
right.
pretty
Change option.
straightforward. I just like that the
Set
screen
control
reader
scheme.
kind of
Vibration.
has that. Now,
Option 6 of 11.
what I want to do
Left and right. Change option.
is do some
Enable. Disable controller
gameplay.
vibration.
Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, the gameplay's gonna look all janky and everything because I don't know, like, you know, I haven't played in a while, but it can be done. So we're gonna be doing a session where we're gonna jump onto an online thingy, an online match. But get this, there are some things that were improved from Gears 5, big time.
Settings.
Alright, let's go to
Game. Option 1 of 5. Main menu. Versus. Option 1 of 4.
versus right here. We're at the top.
Or join versus multiplayer matches.
So
Accept.
keep in mind, like I said, it's been a while, so I wouldn't be worried about the gameplay right now, just kind of like the accessibility features. So I will jump into an online match. But there's some cool things that did happen that that's something that even people who played Gears 5, shoutouts to Blind Toes, by the way. He is actually a really, like, he got into Gears 5 and was one of the best players in the blind community. He knew all of his stuff. He was really good at playing that game. So, but there are some options that happens during gameplay that we wanted to have, and it's in here. And again, shoutouts to Victor Dima for already doing kind of like a gameplay portion of it as well, where you're gonna see, and I'm gonna try to point it out. Like I said, my gameplay is gonna be not the best, but as we're running around, probably bumping into stuff, and trying to figure out aiming at enemies, there's some things that are happening there. So I want you to keep this in mind as you watch the gameplay. When we run around, sometimes there are things like across the map that you can pick up. Back then, you didn't know. You kind of sort of learned the sound cue that happened. But nowadays, if you're blind and you're running around, and actually the screen reader will tell you, will actually read to you what if it's a weapon or whatever, like, and you can pick it up. So, and then another thing too is that with that quick look, which is the Y, that helps to you know, it kind of choose if you, let's say your partner's down. You need to go like help them out, or if you're trying to find out where they are, if it's like a team-based battle. So it has stuff like that. So just keep that in mind when we do that. Again, it's gonna be short, like the gameplay portion of it, because it's not gonna be as good. So let's jump into that. All right, so here we are on the main hub for the multiplayer matches right now that are available. Remember, this is just a beta, so there's just a couple of options here, but I'm sure we're gonna have more than this. So far, we have social,
competitive match, social match, social match. Option 1 of 2.
Yeah, social match, just casual, whatever.
Competitive match.
And there's a competitive match right now.
Play competitive matches online. Matches will only start when all players are present. Accept. Be back.
So that's what we got right now. So right now, like I said, just a disclaimer, I'm gonna be probably bumping into stuff, running around, getting killed constantly. But I just want to show you guys a few key features that have been upgraded on this game, and I'm just gonna let you know, guys, right now that you're gonna hear it, and if it happens, that's cool. But sometimes it may not happen. As I run around, the way you swap weapons here is with your D-pad. So left or right is to go through like the different types of your guns. Like you have like depending on the character. My character has like the rifle and the shotgun and a pistol, and I think there's a bomb in there too. So you do go like up, left and right on your weapons, and I think up or down to the other types of, like, if you have a bomb or anything like that, you're gonna see it. And what's cool about it is that it reads it to you now. And the other thing too is that when you're running around and there's a weapon on the ground, you can actually pick it up. Like, it'll tell you what button to pick it up, which is X, by the way. But then it actually tells you what it is, like what weapon it is that you're picking up as you're running around. So that is like, basically that's something we wanted for Gears 5. Back then you just memorized the sounds, what it sounded like when you swap weapons. But now we don't have to do that. So let's click on here. This might take a little bit to get into a match.
Left side, squad, right
so
side.
let's do it.
King of the Hill. Option 1 of 2. Execution. Option 2 of 2. King of the Hill. Option 1 of 2. Execution. Squad type selected. Left bumper. Squad type open to friends. Total players in the squad 1. OBS Rattlehead. Option 1 of 10. Invite player. Invite player. Invite player. Invite player. Invite player. Select playlist selected. Execution. Option 2 of 2. King of the Hill. Option 1 of 2.
King of the Hill.
Capture and hold objective rings to score enough points to win.
Oh no.
Accept. Execution. Option 2 of 2.
We're not
Versus.
doing that. Let's see.
Menu, left side, squad, right side. Social match. Option 1 of 2. Select playlist. Menu, left side, squad, right side. Team deathmatch. Option 1 of 1.
Okay, let's do this. Yeah.
Eliminate all members of the
I
opposing
think I
team.
went to the competitive mode.
back.
But let's
View
do
button
this
chat.
one.
Finding opponents. Be back. View button
And
checked.
it might put me in a game that's already going on anyway, so we'll see how this goes. But again, I just want to show you guys, like, gameplay again, don't worry about it.
Creating
It's gonna look pretty
Creating
bad. So here we go. Let's go.
Character selected. General ROM. Left trigger and right trigger. Change character. Team deathmatch on gridlock. Responds 10 rounds to win 2. Believe match. View button chat. 20 seconds to start.
Here we go. Selected General ROM, even though that's not who I want. I wanted Marcus, but we got General ROM at least. Let's go.
10 seconds to start.
Here we go. Oh wow, it even tells you how many seconds. I think the other one did that too, but I don't remember. But here we go.
Preparing match.
Yeah, it's gonna look
Match
bad, but yeah. But like I said, I just want to show you guys.
Match begins in 10.
All right, so we're officially in. Let's go.
Match begins in 5.
It begins now. Again, don't worry about it.
7.
Let's go.
Spawn protection 6. Spawn protection 4. Spawn protection 3. Spawn protection 2.
I just got stuck there.
Teammate down. Look at teammate Y.
I'm aiming at nothing right now.
Stringing code. Self-reviving.
Oh, I got caught. Boom. I got shot at.
Player. Stringing code. Player. Player. Stringing code. Player. Player. Rocket blocks. Player. Rocket blocks. Kills. Resume game. RES spawning in.
Okay, I'm respawning. But I'm gonna go to like a place where it's not so much action right now.
6. Spawn protection 5. Teammate down. Look at teammate Y.
Alright.
Spawn protection 2. Spawn protection 1. Ammo 24. Magazine 8. Lancer assault rifle. Ammo 300. Magazine 60.
Yeah, at 300, magazine 60. Like, that's cool. I like how it tells you that.
Teammate down. Look at teammate Y. Teammate down. Look at teammate Y. Stringing cold. Best silver IG. Ammo 240. Ammo 240. Ammo 240. Nasher shotgun. Ammo 24. Magazine 8. Teammate down. Look at teammate Y.
Oh, they got me from afar. Damn.
Looking east. Left trigger, right trigger, cycle players.
But
Cycle camera is left
right,
bumper, right
like I
bumper.
said, I'm not playing like
Stringing gold
ass,
left.
but you know, I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea. So, but let me see. We'll do another one.
Duck walks left. Nix IJ joint. Knee Anglo joint.
Oh, that was it, I guess.
Next round in. Well.
Oh, never
Team
mind.
deathmatch.
Okay, cool.
Gridlock. First to 2. Team Cog. 1 points. Team Locust. 0 points.
Just waiting.
Spawn protection 7. Spawn protection 6. Spawn protection 4. Spawn protection 3. Spawn protection 2. Nix IJ left. Minus 71. 14 joint.
Yeah, I wish we had practice mode so we can.
Knee Anglo.
me. Yep. They got me.
Clear. Best silver IG. Points. 688.
They got another one too.
Kills. Takedowns. 4, 2. Chainsaw kills. 0. Headshots. 0. Curb stomps. 0. Executions. 1. Revives. 0. Bleed outs. 0. Active reloads. 15. White profile. Be back.
Alright, I'm waiting to respawn.
Teammate down. Look at teammate Y.
Oh, they got me. Dang.
Resume game. RES spawning in 1. Spawn protection 7. Spawn protection 5. Spawn protection 4.
Yeah, it's
Spawn
just,
protection 3. Spawn protection 2.
it'll be easy once we get to practice though, but right now so far. There's somebody to my left.
Teammate down. Look at teammate Y.
Uh-huh.
Knee angle up. 240. Knee angle up. Natural shotgun. Ammo 24. Magazine 8.
Yeah, I'm probably just... Probably, I want to set up
Looks
my
victory.
aim.
Next round in 12. Team deathmatch. Gridlock 1st to 2. Team Cog 1 points. Team Locust 1 points.
Alright, cool. Let's go.
Spawn protection 7. Spawn protection 6. Spawn protection 4. Spawn protection 3. Natural shotgun. Ammo 24. Magazine 8. Teammate down. Look at teammate Y. Ammo 16.
Ah, they got me. Alright.
RES spawning in 6. RES spawning in 5. RES spawning in 3. RES spawning in 2. RES spawning in 1. Spawn protection 6. Spawn protection 5. Spawn protection 4. Spawn protection 2. Spawn protection 1.
I'm running around. I haven't come across any weapons.
Teammate down. Look at teammate Y. Lancer assault rifle. Grab that shit up. Knee angle up. Ammo 512.
Oh, I found one.
Ammo 512. Self-revival.
Dang it, they got me from afar too.
Clear. Kills. 7. Downs. 4. Revives. 0. Deaths. 4. Y profile X player stats. Left trigger, right trigger, cycle players. Cycle camera is left bumper, right bumper. Teammate down. Look at teammate Y.
Alright, come on. Oh, and I got stuck.
Lancer assault rifle.
I still don't know this map yet. Where is everybody? Oh.
Team Locust 2. Team Cog 1. Teammate down. Look at teammate Y. Knee angle low. Knee angle low. Ammo, 242. Knee angle low. Ammo, 182. Looking east.
Once again, the dominant
Locust won the match.
species
Returning to lobby in 26.
Oh,
Team
snap.
deathmatch. Gridlock, first to 2. Team Cog, 1 points. Team Locust, 2 points. Match
Oh.
progression. Win bonus 500.
Alright, I'm gonna leave it there. Gonna.
XP 1000. Level up, 2.
Let's go.
Character selected. Marcus Phoenix. Return to main menu. Character selected. General ROM. Return to main menu. Main menu.
Return
Menu.
to the main
Left side.
menu.
Squad. Right side. Versus. Option 1 of 4. Settings. Option 4 of 4.
All right, yo. Okay,
Just game,
so
video, audio,
obviously
control
the gameplay is really bad right now, but that once the full game comes out, we're able to actually practice, kind of get familiar with the maps. The sound design I think is good because I was also kind of testing moving the camera around, and I was able to hear where people were shooting from or where they were shooting at, like where the sounds was coming from based on the directions of the stick when I was the right stick moving it around. Aiming is still kind of sometimes I couldn't tell if I was aiming at the right enemy or my friend or whatever. So just little things that we just need to figure out as we go. But other than that, I feel like this game, it has potential. Obviously, if it kind of does what Gears 5 did and just picks up from there, we got ourselves another game to play with, for fun and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. And plus, sometimes there are a lot of maps too that are more blind friendly. Like there are not so many obstacles along the way. So those are really fun when they're like open maps because all you focus is on the enemies, and those can get chaotic and it's really fun. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys made it this far. I wanted to showcase this gameplay. Obviously it's not the best at all, but just to show that right now this is what we got with this game. And we hope you guys have any comments about it or anything. Definitely feel free to ask. And of course I got I'm gonna put on the description for Victor Dima's review of this game as well. Again, I picked the PC version because no audio ducking. Everything sounds great. I don't have to worry about like getting taken out of the game because of the sound kind of goes down then it comes back up, like the volume and stuff, because of the screen reader taking priority. So that's it. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, again, this is another accessibility review, and this time around we got Gears of War Reloaded coming up for Xbox Series S and X, PlayStation 5, and PC. I'm playing it on PC right now, just to really get the full experience as far as the sound is concerned. So with that said, thank you so much, y'all. This is Rattlehead. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time around. Peace.